Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is one that's deeply emotional, but also incredibly important. We're talking about the subtle signs that may indicate an elderly loved one is in their final year of life. Now, I know that might sound heavy. It's not an easy conversation to have, but it's one that can bring clarity, peace, and purpose if we're brave enough to explore it. See, death doesn't usually come out of nowhere. In many cases, especially in people over 70 or 80, the body starts giving little clues, subtle shifts that say, hey, something is changing. Recognizing those signs doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're tuning in, being present, compassionate, and ready to give the kind of care that truly matters in someone's final chapter. So in this video, we'll walk through 5 powerful yet often overlooked signs that someone may be approaching the last 12 months of life. Let's begin with the first. Sign number 1, unintentional weight loss. The first and often most visible sign is unintentional weight loss. We're not talking about someone choosing to eat healthier or drop a few pounds. We're talking about that slow, unexplained shrinking. Pants getting looser. Cheeks looking hollow, the frame becoming frail. This kind of weight loss often happens even when the person is eating normally. Why? Because the body starts using energy differently. Muscles waste away faster. Metabolism slows down. Appetite may fade without warning. And it's not just about food, it's about what the body is trying to tell us. That it's pulling back, requiring less, preparing for rest. Now, not all weight loss in seniors is a red flag, but if it's rapid, unintentional, and paired with fatigue or weakness, it's worth paying attention to. What can you do? Start tracking their weight weekly, even casually. Encourage nutrient-dense, easy-to-eat foods like soups, smoothies, or soft proteins. Talk to a doctor about whether appetite stimulants or supplements are helpful. But most importantly, don't force food. Focus on comfort, not calories at this stage. Weight loss may be one of the first signs that a major shift is happening. Don't ignore it. Observe it with love and respond with gentleness. Sign number 2, frequent hospitalizations or health crashes. The second sign that someone may be in their final year is a cycle of health crashes. Here's what this looks like. They go into the hospital for pneumonia. Then bounce back, but not all the way. A few weeks later, they fall and end up back in the ER. Then maybe there's a urinary tract infection. And so on. Each time, they recover, but they come back a little weaker. A little less independent. A little more withdrawn. This pattern isn't just about the individual events, it's about the overall trajectory. It's like watching a battery that no longer holds a full charge. Each health scare chips away at the body's reserves. And even if they look okay today, if you zoom out, the decline is there. Doctors sometimes call this frailty syndrome or a functional decline. It's the body telling us that it's struggling to bounce back, that it may not have the strength for another big fight. How can you support someone in this phase? Start asking deeper questions, not just, how do we fix this, but what kind of quality of life do they want now? Talk to their doctor about whether continued aggressive treatment is helpful or if it's time to consider comfort-first options like palliative care. Focus more on making days meaningful, peaceful, and loving, less on chasing temporary fixes. When the body keeps crashing, it may be time to shift from rescuing to honoring the stage they're in. Sign number 3, pulling away socially. Sign number 3 is something many families notice but don't always understand. Social withdrawal. That warm, talkative parent who once loved telling stories? Suddenly they're quiet. They sit in the corner during family gatherings. They don't return phone calls. They turn down visits or invitations. Now sure, some of this can be attributed to aging, hearing loss, fatigue, maybe even depression. But sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes it's the spirit beginning to turn inward. This kind of withdrawal often shows up in the final year, not in a dramatic way, but subtly. The person seems more at peace with solitude, less attached to things, more reflective. They might not say it, but their actions show it. I don't need as much noise. I'm preparing for something quieter. What can you do if this happens? Don't force social activity. Let them have space if they want it. Stay present in smaller, quieter ways. Like sitting nearby, sharing a gentle moment. Encourage calm, familiar environments over busy or overstimulating ones. Remind them gently that they're still valued, loved, and not alone even in silence. Withdrawal isn't always sadness. Sometimes it's acceptance. And that's something beautiful if we're willing to sit with it. Sign number 4. Major changes in daily functioning. Let's move to the 4th sign. Major, noticeable changes in daily function. We're not just talking about forgetting where they put their glasses or needing help opening jars. This is about a real decline in basic self-care abilities. Think about this. Maybe your loved one used to get up every morning, make their own breakfast, get dressed, and water the plants. But now, they stay in bed most of the morning. They skip meals unless someone reminds them. The shower hasn't been used in days. The mail piles up. Sometimes it's gradual. Other times it's a sudden drop. This kind of decline may be tied to increasing physical weakness, cognitive issues like early dementia, depression, or simply the body's natural slowdown in preparation for end of life. And here's the hard part. They might try to hide it. Many older adults feel embarrassed that they're losing independence. So they'll tell you, "I'm fine," even when the fridge is empty or the laundry hasn't been touched in a week. What can you do? Gently observe their environment. Is the home tidy? Are clothes being changed regularly? Use non-judgmental language. Try, would it help if we made meals together this week? Ask open-ended questions. How has your energy been lately? Or do you feel steady on your feet these days? Most importantly, don't wait too long to step in. When someone can no longer manage their day-to-day tasks, it's a signal that more support and perhaps a care plan is needed. This is also the stage where hospice or home-based palliative care can truly improve quality of life without removing dignity. Sign number 5. Changes in spiritual or emotional energy. And now, sign number 5. A shift in spiritual or emotional energy. This one is less talked about, but it's one of the most profound. Many people in their final year start speaking or acting in ways that suggest they're beginning to let go. They may say things like, "I'm tired," but not in a sleepy way. "I think I'm ready. I've been dreaming about my mother again." They might express a sudden interest in old photos, or ask deep questions about life and meaning. They may even talk about seeing loved ones who have passed. Now, whether you view this as spiritual or simply psychological, these moments are worth paying attention to. Some elders become more peaceful, others more emotional, but both reactions are part of the same process, coming to terms with the end. What's powerful here is that, as family or caregivers, we often want to fix or reassure. "No, don't say that. You're going to be fine." Let's not talk like that. But those words, though well-meaning, can shut down something sacred. Instead, consider trying. Tell me more about that dream. What are you feeling today? Is there anything on your mind or heart that you'd like to share? Would you like me to sit with you for a bit? Sometimes just holding space is the greatest gift you can offer. When an elder begins to emotionally or spiritually prepare for passing, they're not being negative, they're being brave. And your presence, your willingness to meet them there, becomes a kind of medicine they won't forget. Bonus, knowing versus not knowing. Now, maybe you're listening to this and wondering, but how can I really know if it's the last year? The truth is you can't know for certain. Even doctors struggle to predict timing with precision. But what you can do is recognize the patterns. Tune into the whispers instead of waiting for the alarms. And prepare not just logistically but emotionally for what this season may hold. Because sometimes recognizing the end is near doesn't mean giving up, it means giving more. More attention. More patience. More love. Caregiving through the final year, what to focus on. If you suspect that someone you love may be in their final year, you may be wondering, what should I be doing differently? Here's a simple framework that can guide you. 1. Comfort over cure. At this stage, the goal shifts from fighting every small illness to keeping your loved one comfortable, clean, and calm. 2. Moments over milestones. Stop stressing over birthdays, holidays, or the next appointment. Start noticing the tiny moments, a smile, a shared memory, a favorite meal. 3. Presence over productivity. You don't need to do a lot. Just being there is enough. Sitting together in silence can be more healing than 1,000 words. 4. Legacy over logistics. Help them reflect. Ask about their childhood, their favorite music, the advice they'd leave for future generations. This creates peace for them and priceless memories for you. 5. Love over fear. It's normal to feel afraid, but love is stronger. And when you lead with love, everything else falls into place. Final reflection, why this conversation matters. Let's take a deep breath together. We've just gone through 5 powerful signs, clues, really, that someone we love might be in the final chapter of life. And I want to say something clearly, just in case you need to hear it right now. This doesn't mean you failed. This doesn't mean there's nothing left to do. In fact, some of the most meaningful moments of love, care, and connection can happen right now in this exact season. See, the final year of someone's life isn't just about endings. It's about completion, intimacy, meaning, letting go. It's about listening more closely, holding more gently, and showing up in ways that will stay with you for the rest of your life. So if you've been noticing some of the signs we've talked about, maybe your loved one's growing weaker, quieter, or more reflective, please know, that's not a failure. That's a chance to become more present, more compassionate, more deeply there than ever before. How to show up in their final year. Let's talk now about how to walk beside someone you love in this tender chapter. Because it's not just about recognizing signs, it's about responding with heart. Here are a few ways you can do that. Validate their experience. If they say, "I'm tired," don't rush to cheer them up. Say, "I hear you." If they talk about the past, listen deeply. It's not just reminiscing, it's part of letting go. Offer dignity, always. Let them make choices even if they're small. Ask if they'd like music playing. Let them pick which sweater to wear. Autonomy matters, especially now. Let silence be okay. You don't have to fill every moment with words. Sometimes sitting quietly, holding hands, or watching the sunset says everything that needs to be said. Capture memories if you can. Record their voice telling a story. Take a photo of their hands. Write down their favorite sayings. These become treasures later, gifts for generations to come. Forgive and be forgiven. If there are words left unsaid, apologies or gratitude, say them now. Let this be a time of softening, not regret. Ask what they want, even if it feels awkward. Ask, "Is there anything you're worried about?" Or, "What would bring you peace right now?" They may surprise you with how clear they are. What to expect emotionally. If you're walking this journey as a caregiver, a child, a spouse, or a close friend, know that your heart is doing big, brave work. And it's normal to feel overwhelmed, sad, guilty, helpless, even angry at times. But underneath all of that is love. Grief is just love with nowhere to go. So don't fight those emotions. Feel them. Breathe through them. And remember, you are not alone. There's no perfect way to handle this season. You don't need to be superhuman. You just need to be present. That's what your loved one wants most. That's what they'll remember. When to consider hospice or palliative care. Now let's talk briefly about a topic many families avoid: hospice or palliative care. Here's the truth. Hospice isn't about giving up. It's about choosing comfort over crisis, peace over panic, presence over procedures. Hospice care can provide pain management, emotional and spiritual support, help with bathing, eating, and comfort. Time for family to just be family again. Many families say they wish they had chosen hospice sooner because it gave them time to connect, not just care. If your loved one is showing multiple signs from this video and the doctor believes they may be within their final 6 months to a year, it's okay to ask about hospice. It's not a sentence. It's a support system, and it can transform how the end of life feels for everyone involved. Closing, a final gift from you to them. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. If you're watching this because you're concerned about someone you love, if your heart has been carrying unspoken worry or uncried tears, if you've been noticing things changing but weren't sure what it all meant, then please know this. You are already doing the most beautiful thing a human can do. You're paying attention. You're loving with eyes wide open. You're choosing presence over denial. That is a gift, not just to your loved one, but to yourself. Because when the day comes to say goodbye, you will know. You didn't look away. You didn't stay silent. You leaned in with all the love you had. And that is the legacy of a truly meaningful goodbye. If this video helped you, please consider subscribing to our channel, Wellness and Wisdom. We create content to support you in caring for aging loved ones with honesty, tenderness, and real-world guidance. Subscribe for more compassionate insights. Leave a comment if this resonates or you want to share your story. Share this video with someone who may need it today. Until next time, take care of your heart, be gentle with your time, and never underestimate the power of showing up. See you in the next video.